And I'm actually at the top 1% of agent attractors in the company. And you are too, Jimmy. But I didn't know that until just yesterday, literally yesterday. So yeah, it's really exciting. We're growing, and I have a lot of good things to look forward to as well.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, real quick, if this is your first time watching one of our videos, I want to welcome you to the community. My name is Jimmy Webb Jr., and if you're a real estate agent looking to double your business, well, this is the channel that helps you do that. So go ahead and subscribe right now and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to learn about the latest strategies that are working the best in today's market. And we're also helping a lot of top brokers, team leaders, and other agents partner with us at eXp, and we're having an absolute blast doing it. So listen, I'm an open book, so if you want to get a hold of me, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a call below, and I've got your back when making a move to eXp. And without further ado, let's get over to the interview with Miss Rochelle Manguino. All right, we are officially live. I'm actually really excited about this one because when I reached out to Rochelle about all of this, she said, well, why would you want to interview me? But the truth is, I think you play a pretty important role in this whole thing. And I think your perspective is going to be a very unique one and one that people will find incredibly valuable. So I'm excited to get into it with you. But first of all, how are you doing today? Anything exciting going on?
Any exciting things going on? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this interview right here, which I'm really excited about. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. So thanks for having me on. And just everything with work, honestly, has been the most exciting thing about life so far. Right now, at least, it's just, I'm with eXp, as you know, and we are a brokerage that is growing exponentially. So we're actually the fastest growing brokerage, cloud brokerage in North American history. And being a part of that is exceptional. I joined the brokerage because, so I'm a real estate agent and I joined eXp Realty because of their revenue share platform. And I think that's what you were referring to when you mentioned that I have a unique perspective, in that I stepped out of production. So I didn't enter eXp Realty to buy or sell or help clients buy or sell more homes. I actually got into it because they offer a really unique platform where you get compensated for agents that you attract into the company. So I wanted to build that organization for myself, grow my downline, and generate a additional stream of income by leveraging that platform. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. We have a really good sized team in our organization right now. I actually just looked at the stats recently. My husband showed them to me, and I had no idea, but I have been doing the agent attraction thing for the last maybe 3.5 months now, maybe 4.5. So January 1st is when we started, January, February, March, April. So 3.5 months. And I'm actually at the top 1% of agent attractors in the company. And you are too, Jimmy. But I didn't know that until just yesterday, literally yesterday. So yeah, it's really exciting. We're growing, and I have a lot of good things to look forward to as well in the future.
That's so cool. Yeah, I have to give you props. You guys are crushing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all are up in Canada, right? So you're in Toronto and Brad is in Calgary, right?
Correct? Yeah.
So yeah, so you work directly with Brad. So and if you haven't checked out the interview with Brad we did a couple weeks ago, you'll want to check that one out. Or
Check
maybe
that
I'll
out, guys.
tag it on the end screen of this video or something. But you'll want to watch this whole interview first. So but Brad is a monster. I mean,
Oh my God, he's a beast. So, I'll introduce him. So, for anyone who doesn't know who Brad Vandewell is, he actually ran the number one team at the number one Remax office in the entire planet, guys. On the entire world, he ran the number one team before switching over to eXp Realty. So, I actually sponsored him into eXp, and I had never met him. I only met him one time. So, how that evolved was, so basically, when I got into real estate, I just a little background. I had no sphere of influence. I had, I just moved to a new city, about 400 kilometers. So that's a few hundred miles away from my family and friends back home. So when I moved to this new city, to be with my husband, I had no sphere of influence. So I started off my real estate career, door knocking, cold calling, calling FISBOs and expireds, which wasn't fun, but it elevated my career. So I did that. Eventually, I turned to paid leads. But at the same time, basically, my husband, he is a digital marketer. So he runs primarily Facebook ads for realtors, team leads, brokerages. And one of his clients happened to be Brad Vandewell, this gentleman who I'm talking about, who ran the #1 team at the #1 Remax office on the planet before switching over to eXp. And so I was already an agent with eXp, and it wasn't that my husband had pitched Brad on the idea of joining eXp as well. He just told him, my wife, she is really, doing well at eXp. She's generating an additional stream of income into her business, and the entire system that eXp works on, it just makes sense. And so we gave him a little bit more research because he asked for it. And eventually he decided that, you know what? eXp is the future. This is where I'm going to bring my team. A week prior to him speaking with me and my husband, he told the world, there's no way I am ever going to eXp. He has Remax has a big market share in Calgary where he's from. But, he just did his research, and to him, it just made sense. He was on board the following week. He brought his entire team with him, including 40 listings that they transferred over to eXp as well. So yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, he is from Calgary. We met him just one time when we were in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. We had dinner with him, and then from there, we decided to create, the three of us, so me, him, and my husband, we decided to create Double Your Income Coaching, which is our organization within eXp Realty. Brad is the face of the organization. My husband and I, we take care of everything on the back end. So making sure that our downline grows and they continue to be nurtured, they get access to all of the resources and the coaching that we provide. That's the #1 thing that our organization offers. I can talk about that in a little bit. But it's amazing too, because we actually, in my entire downline, so it's not that big. When I say entire, I mean, so I have 69 people in my rev share right now, but in my entire downline, Brad is the only person that I've actually ever met in person, which is an incredible thing about eXp Realty, is that, we are a virtual brokerage. And so, you form connections with people from, if you want a referral network, you don't have to keep it local as you would at any other traditional brick and mortar office. With eXp, if you had someone that came to you and said, oh, hey, Jimmy, I know you're from Texas, but any chance, I'm moving over to LA. Do you have an agent there? It's like, yeah, let me just check my downline, and then boom, send off the referral, and I'm making 25% off that, and that's the case with my entire downline. Like I said, I haven't met anyone, but I think it's the value that we offer within our organization, the value that eXp Realty offers as a brokerage. It's just what attracts agents into our organization and the brokerage overall. But again, you don't have to ever meet me or any one of the agents in person. You can get so much value out of eXp just, living where you do, even if it's hundreds or, thousands of kilometers away from me or you.
Think about this. Think about all of those people. Maybe or maybe not. I'm sure they would have eventually found out, but they might not have ever known about eXp, or they wouldn't be here where they are now if you hadn't made that connection.
That's right. But like, people are doing their research, and 50,000 agents, that's how many agents. I think we just crossed 50,000. Am I right? I don't know.
Yeah. When I did with Mark was like, oh, we're at 50 now. It was like the same day I did Mark's interview. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. You know what? It's just like, you hear about our growth all the time, that it's just like, are we at 50 or are we at 40 or 40? You know what I mean? Because like the numbers just keep growing, so it's hard to keep track, right? But yeah, that's what's, like I said, we're the fastest growing brokerage in cloud brokerage in North American history. So 50,000 agents, can't be wrong about this. And I really see these cloud-based brokerages, eXp specifically, just like blowing all the other brokerages out of the water, to be honest with you, because the traditional brick and mortar type of brokerage, it's a dying industry, like they have to deal with their overhead cost, like the broker owners or even team leads. I have to deal with a lot of overhead, like the cost of actually renting out a space.
A lot more
And
expensive
they're
in
dealing
general.
with high team splits. They can't coach their teams. Some of their members just aren't producing. So, you run into all of these problems. And, with in the face of COVID right now and the pandemic that we're facing, we've seen a huge shift into the virtual world, when it comes to, our kids going to school, for example. There's been a shift from in-person learning over to virtual learning. Everyone working, like 90% of the population, I'm just making that statistic up, 90%, but we all know that there's been a huge number of people who have had to adjust over to working in a virtual environment as opposed to going into the office doing the 9 to 5. So same thing with real estate, that's where we're headed. And I think that the more people that find out about EXP, they're just, it's just going to make sense to them. And that's where everything is moving towards. And,
Yeah,
I
Jim
think,
Cramer had when on his show, on the Mad Money show, somebody called in, and maybe I'll splice that clip in, but basically said, you know, I think real estate's been looking for a cloud-based solution, and I think they found it in EXP, is what he said. So, I mean, it's coming, and I think people are slowly but surely starting to recognize that fact that you don't need a traditional brick and mortar location, and you're kind of limited in a lot of ways in that model, right?
absolutely.
When you think about an office, well, what do you need an office for, right? Okay, well, maybe you get access to a printer. You get the training, right? You do training, but when you think about the training at an office, most of the times it's your local trainer guy who may or may not be in production still, versus at EXP we've got over 70 hours of education a week from in the cloud from people all over the country, if not the world, who are these are icon agents. Icons are people who have capped and then done 20 more transactions beyond that cap. And so these are people who are high producers who are doing this coaching. And so that's who you're learning from. You're not learning from the local guy anymore. And then it's, just the support, right? That you need the office for. Well, I could be in my PJs and go in the EXP world, and actually, truth be told, I did that. I had to get a question answered last week, so just hopped in the EXP world, didn't have to deal with traffic, and they were just right there, ready to help me out. So yeah, it's just a
Exactly.
different way, and I don't think people really get it until they experience it. Maybe Rochelle, maybe you can attest to that, but yeah, it's a different way. And like you said, I think that's a good, we might have to brand that hashtag. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. So many people say that. I've heard it, like, because I interview people as well. I talk to a lot of agents, and I ask them when I first talked to them, like, what's the reason that you decided to join, my organization, Double Your Income Coaching, but also EXP in general, like what attracted you to the brokerage? And the most common response I hear is, it just makes sense. People see the shift towards or people see the shift away from the traditional brick and mortars and going into the virtual world. And you're exactly right. Like, you save time by not having to commute to an office. If you need support, it is there for you. Not only do we offer, like you mentioned, is it 50 or 70 hours of live training?
70 now,
Like
girl.
70, yeah.
It's always changing though. So we're always
It's too
getting
much training, guys. And so, I mean, like, and it's training, like you mentioned, not just from, well, it is from the top producing agents in the company. So just to expand on that, basically, for anyone who doesn't know and you're watching this, at eXp Realty, we're on an 80-20 split. So if you're closing a deal that makes you $10,000 in commission, for example, then you keep 80% or $8,000, and then eXp keeps 20% or $2,000. Now, once you've paid in $16,000 as a cap, then your caps, you go to 100% commission. And then like Jimmy said, after that, if you've done 20 more transactions, you become an icon agent. And that is what I think attracts most people, or that is one of the biggest things that attracts a lot of people into eXp is our icon program. And
Tell me
basically,
what happens.
pardon?
Tell me what happens when you hit icon.
Yeah, you're like, you've got that status. Well, now you're getting your $16,000 cap back for free in the form of company stock. And the thing is that nobody wants to hear about stocks and revenue share, and that's fine, but if you have a way, just like hear me out for just 30 seconds,
Come on,
if
Rochelle.
you
Lay
guys
it
have
on.
a way of leveraging an additional stream of income into your business by doing exactly what you're already doing. So not just working with buyers and working with sellers, but also working with other realtors and just letting them know all the value that eXp has to offer, then it's a no-brainer. Like, yeah, let's do the hashtag. It just makes sense. Hashtag it just makes sense, guys. So, but back to the icon thing, it's like, okay, you get the $16,000 cap back for free in the form of company stock. And the last time that I checked, our stock shares were at, I don't know, $40 or $50 a share. So if you're getting $16,000 back for free, say 5 years ago as a top producing agent, if you're at any other company and you win a top producing award, you're going to get a trophy, maybe an email blast to the rest of the company announcing that award. And that's really great. That is exciting. But at least with eXp, what would have happened if you were an icon agent, let's say for the last 5 years, and you're getting 16,000 back in EXPI stock. So we are NASDAQ traded, that your portfolio, your investment would now be worth like multiple 7 figures. It's crazy. So those icon agents who are the top producing agents in the brokerage, they also are mandated to actually teach courses to all of the agents at EXP. So as an EXP agent, you do get access to all of the top producing agents, their mindset, their skill set, the secrets that they use to elevate their career. They're going to show you step by step exactly what they did so that you can be at the top of your real estate game as well. And the reason that everyone is so happy to do that is because we are a publicly traded company. And so we all have a vested interest in everyone's success. When you win, I win, and vice versa, we all win together. So the community, the support, the team morale that exists within eXp is unlike any other brokerage that I've ever been at, or that I've heard of. And I've been at 3 other brokerage before eXp, and I'm never leaving.
Yeah, I think the collaboration is one of the things that, really kind of took me by surprise a little bit when I came in. Like, you hear, it's a funny word because like Elon Musk, or no, it's not, it wasn't Elon, it was Charlie Munger said, or compensation drives behavior, right? Show me the incentive and I'll show you the result, is what he said. And so, having that financial alignment with everybody, stocks go up, stocks go down, but last year at this time we were trading at like 14-15 bucks a share, I believe. So it's kind of crazy to see the transformation. And
for sure, I'm not trying to be a financial advisor here. Like I don't know much about stocks.
I don't think that's legal. So yeah, let's stay.
But if you're getting it for free from EXP, then you have nothing to lose. Yes, stocks go up and down, but if it's free money that's coming to you, and if you lose that, then whatever, it was free to begin with. But right now it's growing, and it's growing by a lot. It's growing exponentially. So, you have really, you're about to gain a whole lot of money just by being with EXP. And what you also, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think just getting the cap back just in itself is, I mean, like you said, it's like free money. You're getting back for what you're doing already, right? If you're a high producer, of course. But the ability to potentially have that cap then be, then grow as well. So it's not, so, I like to say, if you're a high producer, you're basically on a 100% split from day one, right? Now, it could be even higher than 100% if the stock goes up, right? So
Yeah.
it's just an interesting way to think about it, right? But let me ask you this, Rochelle. When did you first hear about eXp, and maybe talk about from the time that you heard about it till the time that you decided to come over? Was it an instant decision or did it take a while?
So I'm like a lot of people where I know the negative connotations that are out there about eXp, and it's unfortunate because so I did my research. When I first heard about eXp, I just thought, no, not for me. I don't. At the time, I didn't want to. Like I wasn't into agent attraction. I didn't think that I could do it, and I was happy just selling real estate. But that's the problem, is that because of the negative connotations with EXP, people don't even bother to just do their research and have an open mind and see what exactly the value there is. Because yes, the revenue share platform is, I think, what gets people thinking negatively about EXP. And that just happens to be the number one differentiator of EXP versus all the other brokerages out there. I know that KW has a profit sharing platform. I'm not sure about any of the other big brokerages, but EXP is leading the way for that sort of system where you get compensated for attracting agents into the company. But that's not the only thing that we offer. Yes, it is, like I said, the number one differentiator. But if you are the type of agent who wants to take advantage of the other things that are available to you, there is a lot to take advantage of. So, for example, when I did my research, I found out that EXP has an amazing, like, killer exit strategy, so that a few years from now, when I eventually retire, when it comes to my downline and my revenue share, I don't have to sell another home for the rest of my life after I retire, obviously, but I still retain my revenue share every single month until the end of time. So that's amazing. As long as I hold my license, then I can provide for my family and continue to receive, my monthly revenue share checks, just because I put in the work to build that downline. So at any other brokerage, the day you stop working, your income drops to zero. So another differentiator about EXP is their exit strategy. We also offer excellent health benefits that I looked into at the time, so I can't really speak to them right now. But and then there are the stock options as well. So like I said, I'm not stock savvy, I'm not a financial guru or whatever, but I like to be open and just research about different areas where I can make money, like, so when it comes to our stock options, a lot of people don't know that agents are actually, so number one, you get stock as an EXP agent the first time you close your first deal with EXP. Then they give you $400 back in company stock. And sorry, no, $200. But when you cap, you actually get $400. And then anytime that you sponsor an agent and they close their first transaction, then you also get $400. If you wanted to purchase stock, then there is an agent equity program, I believe it's called, where they basically take 5% of your commission so that you can purchase stock at a 10% discount. So, it's amazing. I mean, there's so many different areas that you can leverage when it comes to eXp Realty. It's not just about, if I'm a top producer, then okay, I'm going to get my $16,000 cap back. That's amazing. But it's also, for new agents, if you are considering joining eXp, then there's also what Jimmy mentioned, the 70 hours of live training every single week, and not just by like Joe Schmo down the street. You're being taught by actual top producing icon agents who have done 30, 40, 50, hundreds of transactions per year. They're telling you their secrets. Like I mentioned, if you are a team lead or a broker owner, then you can take advantage of the fact that you can outsource any of your headaches. And what I mean by that is eXp actually has, we have 600 paid employees in the eXp cloud that you can leverage as an agent. So we have different departments, like there's an accounting department, a tech department, even an onboarding department. Just because we have so many recruits coming into the company, they need an entire staff dedicated to helping them onboard and transition into eXp Realty. But as a team lead or a broker owner, for example, if your team has any questions that you may not have time to answer, everyone's busy, you can direct them to their broker at their state or their province. But at the same time, you are still leveraging any income potential by the revenue share system. So, it's an amazing platform for veteran agents, seasoned agents, new agents, anyone in between. And I just can't stop talking about eXp. I went from being like, I don't think eXp is the right fit for me, to where I am now. Now it's like, I am like eXp ambassador all the way. I think eXp should pay me for all the good stuff that I say about them. I'm just kidding. I love eXp though. That's the honest truth.
I think your passion is oozing through the screen. I think that's obvious.
Cool.
But let me ask you this. What is your goal 5 years from now?
My goal 5 years from now is to continue to nurture and grow my downline. Right now, we are on pace to be in the, to have about maybe 1,000 or thousands of agents in our downline in the next couple of years. So in 5 years, I definitely see that happening. And I see eXp just continuing to grow as well. We are expanding into so many different countries. And, so I think the future is bright. I think it's very optimistic. And I think that the platform will allow me to continue to provide for my family and make sure that all of the agents in my downline are selling homes, are providing for their families. And I think that eXp is just going to take over the world in 5 years. I honestly do believe that. 5-10 years, I think about 80% of agents will be at eXp.
I mean, it's it's an exciting time to be alive.
It is. It's so exciting. You see all of the other agents, like I hear about how much they're collecting in revenue share, or just like how much they're getting back as an icon agent and getting their stock back. And, after that vests and they're able to take it out, and just all this new money, like all the other agents that, so like I'm a millennial. And so I pay attention to people who are around the same age group as me. And it's exciting to watch people that are my age just like have money oozing out of their pockets. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just so supportive. It's like, yeah, I'm growing financially and let me help you get there as well. Like we all win when we're all, selling real estate, but when we're all like, when our pockets are growing, it's just so exciting for everybody. Everyone's happy for everyone. And what I mean by new money is that like, everyone's leveraging the .com and, having an online presence and leveraging social media and whatnot. And then, eXp is just the way of the future. So if you're leveraging social media combined with growing your downline, for example, with eXp, those two together is going to, like, you don't have to come from money to make a lot of money. That opportunity is possible. And you've seen it with so many agents at eXp who are making, yes, there are people who are making, millions of dollars a month passively in residual income, and that's the dream for a lot of millennials, especially these days. Like you see the YouTube stars, you see the Instagram influencers who are just like, really leveraging their stage to generate more income for themselves. And I wanted that for myself. And I think a lot of people my age do too, or even older and younger, whatever. Everyone, like a lot of people have that dream to create passive income for themselves. And at eXp, you see a lot of agents who are doing that. So it's not just people who are making millions of dollars a month. You know, even if you are starting off as a new agent and you think that, okay, well, you know, maybe I can bring in one new agent into my team. Well, that's great, you know, because when you as an agent close your first deal, like I said, you're getting $200 back in free money. And then if your agent happens to close a deal as well, then you're making $400 off that agent. So that's already $600 more than you would have made at any other brokerage. No other brokerage is just handing out free money like that. You know what I mean? So like it's an excellent platform. Like I said, if you're a new agent, if you're a seasoned agent, or if you're somewhere in between, eXp just has so much to offer.
Well, I think you guys have, well, you know, speaking of all this money that's flying around, I think that's in direct proportion to the value that we provide to the marketplace, right? So I think you guys have a very unique value proposition in, you know, like I think Brad said it on his interview, you know, not only, I mean, people come to eXp because of eXp, but on top of eXp, you know, when you join, you know, yourself, you got the double, not there's no dibble in here. It's doubling your income coaching. You
Let's
get
double
all
it.
that stuff.
You can dibble it too if you want.
You get you get all of that as part of just the package, right? So, you know, I think you guys have like I said, a unique value proposition for anybody looking into joining eXp. It's you know, worth a phone call, worth you know, just seeing if it's a good fit. So Rochelle, how would people get a hold of you if they want to have a conversation with you?
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, you can check out our website, which is doubleyourincomecoaching.com. But that'll actually just lead you to everything that Brad is doing. And it's like the world of Brad. But if you want to contact me, and that's all good, you know, but if you want to contact me directly, you can reach me on Facebook. So I'm at Rochelle's Real Estate, or you can hit me up here on YouTube. My handle is Rochelle Manguino. It's a new channel, so you know, if you come check me out, please like and subscribe to my videos. It would really help me out. And then you can also find me on Facebook, Rochelle Manguino. And if you want my phone number, it's 647-228-8880, or you can send me an email, Rochelle@doubleyourincomecoaching.com.
There you go. We'll put all that in the description as well for people so
Okay,
they can check it out. But
yeah.
any last words?
Okay, so what was the hashtag that we said that we were gonna like
It just
spew
makes
out there?
sense.
Okay, hashtag it just makes sense, guys. Do your research. If you want to find out more about eXp Realty, about double your income coaching, contact me. Contact Jimmy. He's the man. And eXp is going to take over the world. You definitely want to be a part of that. And let's all continue to do great things together.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for your time so much, Rochelle. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. And again, if you guys want to hang out some more, make sure you check out Rochelle's channel. You know, subscribe here as well if you haven't already. Give this girl a like. You got to give her some props what she throughout today. And hey, comment below what is your favorite thing about eXp, or if you have questions. We like to get the community going in the comments. So feel free to get in there and let's make some connections. All right. So, hey, again, thank you so much. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.